Hey guys, Jo Madden here of Pickdawgz. This is fucking crazy. I hope everyone's having a great day. It is St. Patty's Day, so happy St. Patty's Day to you all. It is Thursday, March 17th. We got a great show here. I was just looking over the games. We have a total of 10 games, right? Or is it 12? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It is 10. For some reason, I started counting right before the show going, I didn't write down that magic number. I have gone over every single game, but for some reason it felt like a 12 and not just 10 games here. But I'm excited. We're going to have Tony Brown and Al Ninos in today to break down all of these games. And of course, we'll be going over every single one of them. All the ones the guys don't go over, we'll cover them and give you my opinions in all of these games. If you joined us yesterday, definitely a good day on Puckin Crazy. Needed it after the day before, needed a good bounce back. So we saw the Minnesota Wild beat the Boston Bruins. Got a push on that one, had the total of 6. Wild came in getting a 4-2 win in that one, in a game that a lot of people really did believe in the Boston Bruins yesterday. We had the Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Ottawa Senators. We sat here on the show, you guys. A couple people said public dog. It was a public dog, but it was a public dog that paid. The Columbus Blue Jackets came in here winning that 4-1. I don't know why the books had the Ottawa Senators as a favorite. No one understands this. The game did not go over the total of 6.5, hitting that 5 as the Senators just struggled to get any momentum going. The Tampa Bay Lightning were able to get the puck line win over the Seattle Kraken. We had them go over their team total 3.5 as well. Guys, I didn't check all the player props. Interesting to see. I know we did have a player prop on Mark Giordano of the Seattle Kraken. Now, he was a healthy sit last night. When I was talking with Dana Lane, I decided that it would be good to take Giordano for that anytime goal, because with everything happening right now, he really wants to showcase his skills. But instead of showcasing his skills, he decided to have a healthy sit in that game. So really interesting to see that. We also got the first period over in Calgary. I didn't take that. Cautioned you guys. The juice was high on that at -152. The team total hit for Calgary over that 3.5. But again, the books knew that these were going to come in, so we didn't take that at -160. We did get the over for that game as the Calgary Flames won that game 6-3. The Devils just are finding the back of the net as well, so they were able to get that over for us. So great day definitely here on Puckin Crazy. I hope you guys watched it, and I want to thank you guys for joining us today. These 10 games are going to be great. I'm looking forward to the action kicking off. Kicks off at 7 o'clock Eastern with the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, this line has been really fluid today. Hurricanes are now -120. Toronto is +100. And a total of 6. Looks like money is coming in on the Hurricanes. It was more of a pick 'em earlier in the day. The Dallas Stars take on the Montreal Canadiens at 7 o'clock Eastern. Total of 6. Montreal comes in as a dog at home in this one, +150. Now, they have been weak on home ice, going 8-18, 1-1. But the Dallas Stars, you got to look at that. They have not been lights out on the road either. They're going 12-15, 0-2 on the road this season. So to lay -175 with the Stars, for me, it's the Montreal Canadiens, or it's a stay off for me in that situation. The Nashville Predators then take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Now Nashville enter here as a favorite on the road, -186 on that money line. Total of 6. The Flyers are +155. The Washington Capitals take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now Columbus quietly putting a winning streak together. Great to see them get that done last night. +170 here at home. So if you think their winning streak can continue, great plus money for them. Total of 6.5 in that one. -189 for the Washington Capitals. So that's a game you got to look at them either in regulation or on that puck line. On the puck line, they've been very strong on the road, going 21-9 on the puck line for the Washington Capitals. We then have the New York Islanders taking on the New York Rangers. Now this should be an interesting game. Lower total in this one. We got a total of 5.5. We've got the Rangers coming in here as the favorite at home, -141. And the New York Islanders +120. Looks like all the money's going on the Rangers, which is always a scary situation to jump on that bandwagon. Those were all of the 7 o'clock games. 8 o'clock, we kick off with the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues are plus 105. Pittsburgh Penguins minus 125, total of 6. The Buffalo Sabres then take on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, it looks like a slam dunk. Edmonton Oilers come in here and get the win, but caution you guys on this game. Buffalo plays them hard, and it's one of those teams that is a thorn in the side of the Oilers. We'll talk about that more. The San Jose Sharks then take on the LA Kings, total of 5.5 in this one as well. Minus 155 for the Kings at home, plus 135 for the Sharks. The Detroit Red Wings take on the Vancouver Canucks at 10 o'clock Eastern. Red Wings enter here as a dog at plus 170, minus 200 for the Vancouver Canucks, and a total of 6. And last but not least, at 10:30 Eastern, the famous time for chasing your bets, we got the Florida Panthers taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Can Vegas get anything done off a huge road trip, losing road trip? It was not good. Now they come home, face a Panthers team that is playing absolutely incredible hockey. Panthers come in here as the favorite, minus 167 on that money line, plus 150 for the Vegas Golden Knights, and a total of 6.5. Well, let's bring Tony Brown in here. Hopefully he is excited to talk these games today because they have some great ones on the board. Hey, Tony.
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
Oh, just reading through all the games tonight. It feels like 12, even though I know it's 10.
Right. They should have gave the college basketball their respect like the NBA did. The NBA just putting out one game tonight, letting March Madness get kicked off and have their own arena. I think the NHL should have did the same, but they don't care, so here we are.
You know, they're in a world of their own. They don't care what anyone else is doing.
Honestly, the whole league of their own. So they got a full slate tonight, and I got 3 plays up in the premium area. And then today for the free pick, I'm going to give you guys Carolina. It was a hard game at first. You know, both teams are rolling, and Toronto's at home and stuff. But now Matthews is out, and the line haven't changed that much, and that blows my mind. He's not only the best player on their team, he's the best player in hockey. He leads the league in goals this year. So, like, if you took the best player out of the league off of any team, the line would dramatically change. This line isn't changing. They're just saying, oh, okay, you're going to lose the superstar, but well, same. You should be the same. So it's not really that I got this one all super capped out or nothing, but just from watching hockey and just having common sense, that one doesn't make no sense. It's like if the Lakers lost LeBron or Steph Curry went off the Warriors, you know, they still wouldn't just be like, okay, it's still a pick 'em. So I don't know what they are. Just maybe they don't believe in Matthews. And not only that, they're going to lose the offensive punch. They're down to their 4th-string goalie, a rookie. What's his name? Kellgren or something? Yeah. He did a good you know what I mean? He's going to have his growing pains. Uh-oh. Yeah. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tony.
Okay. So he's going to have his growing pains. They lost Matthews. So 4th-string goalie, you're down your best player. I don't think home ice advantage is going to play, you know, that big of a factor against a Carolina team that's outstanding. You know, they're a playoff team and possible Stanley Cup Finals team. And I like them to get it done on the road today with all the injuries and all the stuff going on in Toronto.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did see him play in the last game, and he did fantastic, but we have lost Tony Brown. Obviously, he just wanted to give us his pick and get the hell out of here to make sure. I didn't disagree with him.
I don't know. That I was having a little camera trouble, but yeah, we all in sync on this one. And the line is so good. It's basically a pick 'em at minus 105 or something like that. And I'm definitely picking Carolina.
Yeah, we've seen them go up now. This line has just been moving so much. Every time I refresh my screen, I'm seeing a minus 120 now for Carolina, plus 100 for Toronto. It's just
everybody's
so
getting
right
wise.
Now.
Like the stats are coming out. I guess everybody was watching the March Madness in the morning, and then they like, wow, Toronto with no Matthews, 4th-string goalie. So I think all the public money's coming in, and then we're going to see that line change drastically by puck drop.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot see a way the Hurricanes do not come in here and get this win in this one. Like I was going to say before you dropped off there, Kellgren has been good for the Toronto Maple Leafs, what we saw of him, but for him to come in here and repeat the performance we saw the first time out, I don't think we're going to see it. I think he had a bit of puck luck there. And
yeah, you're always good when no one's ever seen you. Like, you know, he's getting his first start, rookie kid or whatever. He got the shutout. But now, you know, they got a little more tape on him and they know he's getting a start tonight. So they'll be more prepared for him. And it's not like he's playing like a bad team. Carolina, that's not, when you're second starter in your whole career, you don't want to play Carolina, especially when you don't have your top scorer with you. So it's not going to be like a back and forth game. You guys are going to be trying to hold off a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And we look at a Toronto Maple Leafs team that defensively, their team is struggling. We look at the teams that they have beat and the points that they've been putting up and the points that they've been allowing, and they've given up way too many points to less strong offenses than the Carolina Hurricanes. So I'm also looking at the Hurricanes team total over 3.5, because correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Seattle put up 4 goals on them? The Coyotes put up 5 goals on them. Like, we've seen lower teams put up way more points.
Even Buffalo beat them. Like, they're coming off back-to-back losses with Buffalo and Arizona. The Kraken got at them. So they're losing to the basement teams in the NHL. When they actually play a good team, this thing could start spiraling real quick. But I mean, your boy's coming back. He's out 1 game for suspension. So I think he'll be back in the next game and they'll be able to right the ship a little bit. But tonight, very bad spot. So I'm going to take Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on Carolina. Give me Carolina at the -120. Even if it goes up to -125 when you guys are seeing this, I still think great value there. I'm also going to take the Canes team total over that 3.5. We're getting plus money at that, a plus 134. So I absolutely love it. Toronto's defense in the last 10 has been allowing 3.8 goals. And like I said, to way weaker offensive teams. So I think that is a slam dunk. I was looking at the first period over in this one. It's too highly juiced at -148. So that's where I'm going to stick with these ones.
Yeah, these teams play old school hockey like little kids out on the pond and stuff like that. Defense really rarely shows up. They're 5-5 against each other in the last 10, so they're pretty equal, but they've averaged 8 goals in those games. Over the 10 games, they're averaging 8 goals combined. So over the 6 looks good, and then to average 8 goals, everybody's got a strike. So over 3.5 for Calgary, all that stuff looks good.
Absolutely. Okay, Tony, you're just killing it everywhere at Pickdawgz. What do you got for sale for us today?
We got, let me see, a couple games starting in the morning. We have 3 NCAA, 3 in the NHL, and then we had 1 play in the NBA because it's the only play in the NBA. So we had a 7-pack, but I think a couple of my games went off in the NCAA tournament this morning. So we still got all the hockey for tonight, and we definitely have that NBA game over there.
Nice. I like it. Well, all the best in all of your bets, Tony. Thank you so much for joining us today.
All right. Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you, Tony. Okay, you guys, that was Tony Brown. Always a pleasure to have him on here as he's going to ride with the Carolina Hurricanes on that money line there. Now shop your number because they were -105 earlier today. This line has been moving. I'm getting -120 on my book, the only book that I've checked so far. I'm sure you can get better lines out there. So shop it around because it's been really fluid with this one. The other bets for this game, I'm going to take the Canes team total over that 3.5. Absolutely love it. The first period over is just too highly juiced at -148. So I'm going to stay off that. But if you guys like paying that juice, which I don't recommend, you could definitely hit that. But we have Al Ninos in next. Let's bring him in and see which game he's looking to talk today. Hey, Al.
Hey, Joe. How's it going?
Good. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
Happy Patty's Day to you, too.
I'm excited. Gonna go out for any green beer and hockey tonight?
No green beer for me, but hockey sounds good. Yeah, maybe a sip of beer. Who knows? Who knows?
Could get wild over there. So we've got lots of great games on the card today. Like I was telling Tony, it really feels like we got 12 games today, but we only have 10. Still a lot of games in the NHL. Which one are you looking at for a free play?
Definitely a lot of games worth betting, if you ask me. But we looked at a little dog yesterday. I think we're gonna look at a pretty sizable favorite today. Just think it's a great spot for the Canucks here. They'll be at home against the Red Wings team that's really been struggling. Yes, they are huge favorites. No, I would not go laying anywhere near -200 or I say -190 right now with them. But I personally like them on the -1. You can also take them in regulation if you don't like the pushes there. But I just think the Canucks are just a way better team right now, and obviously just playing all the way better hockey. They haven't been great at home, just 14, 11, and 4, but the Red Wings just 8 and 17 and 3 on the road, and just looking awful right now. So losing 6 in a row coming into this one. They put up a decent fight against the Oilers. They went down big and then came back, but yeah, ended up losing by the 2 goals at the end anyway. So again, I think the Canucks come in here and have a pretty comfortable victory. I think they do win by at least 2 goals, but again, I'm looking at them either -1 or in regulation.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. We got Demko expected in goal for the Vancouver Canucks. And I really like what I'm seeing out of Demko this season. He's 27, 17, and 3 with a 2.66 goals against average. I have faith in him here, especially against a Red Wings team that has just been completely struggling. You guys, if you didn't realize, they've lost their last 6 games and 8 of the last 9. They're only averaging 3 goals per game and giving up 5 goals per game. With them giving up those 3, or with them getting 3 and giving up 5, and then the Vancouver Canucks, man, tongue twisters today. I haven't had green beer, I promise. And then the Vancouver Canucks in their last 10, maybe a sip. Averaging 4.4 goals per game and giving up 3. I'm also going to look at the over in this. I think the over 6 is a good way to look at it. The Vancouver Canucks, I think, get 4 themselves, and we can get their team total over 3.5 as well. So I like this game. I think it's going to be a good one, especially for the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, just a good spot for them. They haven't been too great. They have been playing pretty well. But yeah, just think they keep building another good spot for them. They are without one of their best players and dealing with some injuries, but again, they looked pretty good without him their last 2 games. So yeah, I think again they're just the spot they won't necessarily need their best players here. So yeah, give me the Canucks.
Absolutely, I'm completely with you on this one. Now I know you're crushing it over at Pickdawgz. What do you got for sale for us today?
I have a 3-pack in the NHL, and then my best college basketball play of the day as well. I have a 3-pack with that and my 2 best NHL if you want a little bit of everything. Yeah, passed on the NBA game today. I mean, I could have put a little play on it,
So did I.
But again, it's just didn't feel that strongly about it, I guess. So we'll wait for tomorrow to get back on the NBA. But yeah, so again, best deals to get the best plays is all the plays is going long term or pairing me up with your other favorite capper for the 2-for-1 capper specials.
Yeah, absolutely. I will keep crushing it over there. When I looked at that NBA game, it was Pistons or no one for me, and I was like, it just looks too obvious against this Magic team, so I stayed off it. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons won it by 7.
Yeah, see, looking at tomorrow's card, there's definitely games I like tomorrow better than this one today. So, we'll have to wait a little bit, but it's okay. There's action in the NHL and college basketball, so we'll take the day off in the NBA. No big deal.
Absolutely, with all these other games. Well, all the best in all your bets. Enjoy the March Madness games today. Some great games on the board. So have a lot of fun. Have fun for hockey tonight, and don't go too pucking crazy out there drinking that green beer.
No, try not to.
Okay. Thanks, Al. Always a pleasure having you on.
All right. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks again for having us.
Thank you. Okay, guys, that was Al Ninos. Always love having him on here. If he doesn't drink too much green beer tonight, he will be back on tomorrow. Or no, tomorrow's Friday. See, I think he always drinks green beer on Thursdays. Doesn't join us on Fridays. Just joking, Al. I know he's behind the scenes laughing at me. I promise you guys, I have not been drinking before the show other than coffee. And I think I've actually had too much coffee today. I can feel it in my bones. But when I say I've had too much coffee, that is like a lot of cups. I have 5 cups of coffee before I start the morning show in the morning. Otherwise, I would not be very nice to Mitch on here. Let's just say that. I don't know. I'm one of those people that you don't talk to before coffee. It's kind of dangerous sometimes. But you guys, let's look at the rest of these games. We're going to fly through them super quick. We've got 10 more minutes left on the show. Trying to stick to the programming time because I want you guys to come in here, be able to get the picks nice and fast, not draw this show out too much. Let me know in the comments below, not in the chat, but after the show, what you guys want to see out of the show, because I want it to continuously be evolving to what you guys are wanting in the NHL. So let's look at the next matchup here. We have the Dallas Stars taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now, Dallas comes in here minus 175 on that money line. The Canadiens plus 150 and a total of 6. When I look at this, you guys, I cannot lay that much juice on the Dallas Stars, but I also cannot take them in the puck line or regulation. I just don't have faith in this team. For me, if I'm taking a side in this, it has to be Montreal, just with the value we're seeing on Montreal. I think we've got a higher scoring one, so you guys know I love breaking down those team totals. I like to take the dog when I think they have a chance in the game, and their team total over when we've got a higher total, and I think it goes over too. So that's a really good way to look at these games, you guys. We've got a team total for the Montreal Canadiens at 2.5 at minus 104. I absolutely love it for this game because I do think the game is going over. So it's fitting both of my criteria of it going over and the dog in the fight being able to keep up. So give me the over 2.5 for the Montreal Canadiens team total. We then have the Nashville Predators taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Nashville being the favorite here, the Flyers plus 155 and a total of 6. I'm looking at the Predators in regulation. I can't back this Flyers team. They are 11-15, 3-3 at home this season straight up, 15-17 on that puck line. The Predators just roll in here way too strong. They're 17-10, 2-2 on the road, 21-10 on that puck line. While I do like them on the puck line as well, I just don't want to get burnt with that empty goal. Not with the empty goal, sorry. I just don't want to get burnt with the chance of the Flyers being able to keep up in this one. I don't think they will. I think the Predators definitely win this in regulation, but I do see it being a lower scoring game. So for a lower scoring game, I'm not going to take the dog or the favorite on the puck line, or even there's no value here with the dog on the puck line. But I do like the Nashville Predators in the first period. When we look at the Flyers, they are 0-5 in the first period in their last 5 as an underdog following an overtime game. So the Nashville Predators in that first period, we can get them at plus 138. I think they come out hard and strong. Saros is expected in the net for them. He's an outstanding goalie. And we have Carter Hart expected for the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, he is a good goalie, but he has his weaknesses in spots. He allows too many goals for my liking. He's allowing 2.9 goals against per game. His defense really isn't helping him out. They're allowing the 2.9. Sorry, he's allowing 2.96. I just think in this one, he will allow those goals. But Nashville Predators first period and in regulation is what I like. We then have the Washington Capitals taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, total of 6.5. The Blue Jackets here at plus 170. There is value still on taking the Blue Jackets on the puck line at plus 1.5. I had sprinkled them on the money line as well. They really have momentum. They've won their last 3, and they're stepping up offensively, this team. The Washington Capitals are coming here off an overtime win, which in their game after an overtime win, we have seen them struggle. They haven't been able to cover the puck line in their last 7 games following an overtime win when they are the favorite. So I think definitely value on the Columbus Blue Jackets here on that puck line at -1. It's high 30s, minus 135, 36 I'm seeing at these 2 books. I'm also leaning on the Washington Capitals team total. You know, it's a little tricky to look at these two. So we have the total for the Columbus Blue Jackets at 2.5, the Washington team total at 3.5. I think this is a 4-3 game. And if I'm completely right with it, a 4-3 game for the Washington Capitals, it means we'll win the Washington Capitals team total over 3.5, the Columbus Blue Jackets team total over 2.5, and we'll get Columbus on that puck line. So everything has to go perfect for that to happen. If I was going to take one bet in this, it would be the Columbus Blue Jackets on the puck line. But if you like playing those team totals, I definitely could see both of these going over in a 4-3 win for the Washington Capitals in this one. We then have the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the St. Louis Blues, minus 125 here for the Penguins, plus 105 for the St. Louis Blues, and a total of 6. We saw Pittsburgh win this last matchup 5-3. They're 9-7-2-2 on the road this season, 18-12 on the road on that puck line. St. Louis comes in here 27-3 at home, 18-12 on that puck line. Jari's expected for the Penguins. He's 29-12-6 with a 2.32 goals against average. Love how he plays, you guys. In the last 10, the Penguins have gone 5-4-1, averaging 2.8 goals per game and allowing that 2.7. We have the St. Louis Blues coming in here with Hasso expected in net, 15-4-3 with a 2.24 goals against average. Now, this team has been doing great in their last 10, not winning them all, but they have been getting these goals at 3.6 goals on average in the last 10 and allowing only 2.6. What I think I'm going to look at here is I can make cases for both of these teams. It looks more like a stay off for me. We have seen these teams trend to the over. The over is 3-1-1 in the last 5 meetings. The favorite is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. So I'm going to lean on the Pittsburgh Penguins to come in here, get it done on the road. This team has been strong on the road, going 14-5 in their last 19 road games. But a couple of reasons why it's basically a stay off for me. We look at both of these teams and in the situation they're in. The Blues have struggled against the Eastern Conference, going 1-4 in their last 5 with the Eastern Conference. The Penguins are 1-6 in their last 7 in the 4th game of the 4-6 situation. So they've been playing a lot of games. This is their 4th game in 6 days. They really do struggle in this one. It's going to be a hard game for both of these teams. Lean on the Penguins to get it done. I'm just looking at what you guys are saying here. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to go with it. I advise you guys to all do your own research, have a look at things, and then have a look at what other people are doing. So great way to look at it, Dio. Okay, we then have the New York Islanders taking on the New York Rangers. Now the New York Islanders come in here at plus 120. The Rangers getting so much money at minus 141. I think the Rangers are the better team, but I don't know, you guys. Something doesn't smell right to me in this one. Got a total of 5.5. I think the Islanders might turn things around here and get it. I just don't like how much money is coming in on the Rangers. My initial instinct was the Rangers in this game. Sorokin is expected for the Islanders. He's a great goalie, 20-12-7 with a 2.33 goals against average. Shesterkin is expected for the Rangers, 29-7-3 with a 2.07 goals against average. I think the best way to take this is under the number. It's a 5.5, but I don't see this being anything less or more than a 3-1 style game. At the most, we get that empty netter, and it's a 3-2 game. Both these teams, when they do face up, trend highly to that under. Their defenses really step up. I know it's a hard one to swallow because we look at the last 10, the Islanders have averaged 3.6 goals. The New York Rangers have averaged 3.3. But at the heart of these teams, you guys, when we look at them over their body of work, these are defensive teams. And I really do think we'll see their defenses stepping up tonight in this one. When these two teams have matched up in the last 9 meetings, 8 of those have gone to the under. And in the last 5 meetings in New York, 4-0-1, that one push there have hit that under. So I think we've got a strong game for both teams defensively, and whoever makes the mistake getting the loss here. So give me the under 5.5. Yeah, still at 5.5. I was hoping some money would drive that up to 6, but obviously it's not. Yeah, the Rangers game does feel like a trap. It is awfully weird in that one. I could see the Islanders pulling it out. And if you guys have faith in the Islanders, it's plus 120 on that money line. I think I'm going to stay off the side. We then have the Buffalo Sabres taking on the Edmonton Oilers. It's funny, every time I go to say Buffalo, I want to say Bills, because you guys are already thinking of the next football season, especially with all the trades and everything going on right now. Crazy, everything. And you look at all the trades and everything happening, free agency in hockey. Things are wild right now. But Buffalo Sabres taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Buffalo plus 224 here as the dog in this fight. Edmonton minus 271, total of 6.5. Now, in what world is Edmonton this highly of a favorite? You guys know I'm biased, but Mike Smith is expected in net. Now, Mike Smith needs to retire from hockey. I really do think he'll make a great backup goalie somewhere, but he's I think he's coming to the end of his career. And nothing against him. He's been an absolutely fantastic goalie. He can stand on his head at times. But we look at him this season. He's 5-8-1 this season. He's allowing an average of 3.57 goals against him. I don't know how many games he's actually been pulled from where they've just been like, he's allowed 6 goals in one period and hasn't done well. So I can't get behind the Edmonton Oilers here on the puck line at all. You can't take them on the money line, taking them even in regulation. There is no value. We've got Anderson expected for the Buffalo Sabres in goal. Now, he is a strong goalie, you guys. If the Edmonton Oilers had Anderson, this would be a completely different team. Anderson for the Buffalo Sabres is a 10-8 on the season with a 2.96 goals against average. We look at the Buffalo Sabres. In their last 10 games, the offense is really not been playing as strong as normal. They are only averaging that 2.7, allowing a 3.2. When we look at these two teams matched up, the Buffalo Sabres play them hard. The Sabres are 7-3 in the last 10 meetings in Edmonton and 7-2 in the last 9 meetings overall. There's value looking at the dog here. The underdog in this matchup is also 8-1 in the last 9 meetings. So if I was you guys, I would be looking at taking the Buffalo Sabres on that puck line plus 1.5, or just taking them straight out here on the money line for value wise here. I think it's a great way to look for value. We look at the Oilers. They are 1-4 in their last 5 versus teams with winning records below 400. And the Sabres have won 6 of their last 7 as an underdog against the Oilers. How can we not sprinkle here on the money line? I'm also looking at the Buffalo Sabres team total over that 2.5. We're getting that at minus 102. Now, the Oilers come in here at over 3.5 at minus 146. That's too high for me. If you like the Edmonton Oilers to go over their total of 3.5 to hit that 4, I am really confident in the Sabres to hit 3 goals tonight. So then you are going over the total for this game of 6.5. There's more value in taking the Edmonton Oilers team total over 3.5 at minus 146 of taking the game total over 6.5 at minus 110. Sabres have to get the goals to do that. But again, Mike Smith is a net for the Edmonton Oilers, and he allows 3.57 goals per game. The Oilers defense has been tightening up a little bit as of late in the last 10, only allowing that 2.9, but I'm not confident enough in this Oilers team to think their defense is going to turn things around fast. So let's fly through the rest of these guys. We are over the time. What do we have next? Which one do we have next? We have the Florida Panthers taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. So this is a 10:30 game here in this one. For this game, it's going to be interesting. Vegas has come home from this road trip. Vegas has just been playing absolutely terrible. Now they're going to face a Florida Panthers team who offensively is so strong, averaging 4 goals over their last 10, only allowing 2.7. Vegas needs to come out here hard and fast. They need to make a statement in this first period. I could almost see the Florida Panthers looking past them at first. When they roll into town here, this first period, I think Vegas takes it. I would take Vegas in the first period at plus 110. I don't think I want to ride them for the full game because we know Vegas can let things go. They are 6-1 in the last 7 meetings, a home team, when these two teams match up. It's a hard pill to swallow to take Vegas here, but to take them in that first period is the only way I'm going to go with this game. I think we will see Vegas tighten up. They need to get these goals. They've been averaging only 2.5 goals per game and allowing that 3.3. We know the Florida Panthers can get the goals and get them hard and fast. They're averaging the 4, allowing 2.7. Be interesting to see if the defenses can really step up in this, and if that's what gives Vegas the win. I don't know, you guys. First period only for me for Vegas to come out hard and strong at home. And normally, you guys, this is one of those situations where off a road trip, I will fade that team when they get home from that road trip. But interesting stat about the Vegas Golden Knights is they are 4-1 in their last 5 games following a road trip of 7 days or more. So they come home off those road trips way stronger than most teams, because most teams you see come home off those road trips, it's a letdown game, but normally isn't for Vegas. So in that first period to come out hard and strong is what I like. The Detroit Red Wings, the Vancouver Canucks, we talked the Buffalo Sabres, Edmonton Oilers. I don't think we talked the San Jose Sharks and the LA Kings. Now, I know Chris Ruffalo wanted me to tell you guys to take the San Jose Sharks on the reverse puck line. Pretty sure that's what he said. I think he's pucking crazy. He said take the San Jose Sharks on the reverse puck line. 3-0 versus the Kings this season and outscoring them 15-5 in those 3 games. Okay. So I think he's pucking crazy. I'm not going to get there with this LA Kings team at home, but you guys make your own judgment on that. Chris Ruffalo doesn't know his hockey, and reverse puck line is quite the way to go. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think this is a 2-1 game written over it all day long. I'm going to take the under 5.5 here. The Kings are 5-1 to the under in their last 6 overall, 23-10 in their last 33 games on that 1 day's rest. And the Sharks 8-3 to that under in their last 11 road games, and 5-2 in their last 7 as an underdog. There's no college basketball bets on this one. They're going to be great games. I like Marquette. So in that one, I see those comments coming in there. But you guys, all the best in all of your bets today. Thanks for joining me here on Puckin' Crazy. Soccer show is happening at the bottom of the hour, so make sure you grab your coffee, grab your green beer, whatever you're having, and you guys have a puckin' good day. We will see you back here tomorrow for another show of Puckin' Crazy. I'm going to have some weekend bets for you guys. I hate that I'm not doing Puckin' Crazy over the weekend, so make sure you join me tomorrow so I can give you some look aheads for the weekend as well. Bye, guys.